Good evening. Unless you've been under a rock, you would have heard of the latest offering from Bitmap Books, Sam Dyer's new work in this long-running series, well, medium-running series. Hopefully it will be a long-running series. This one focuses on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. You'll see a lot of reviews of this online, all saying it's a very generously packed book, fine artwork, interesting articles, great artwork.
I've read some of these books. That's a big book.
And they're right, of course. It's a Bitmap book. You know what to expect. It's going to be excellent. It's going to be well presented. It's going to be lavishly presented. So we're not going to dwell on that because you already know it, plus everyone else has said it. So we just thought we were going to have a chat about SNES. Well, I did.
Yeah.
But then I realised I didn't have a SNES back in the day.
But I did.
He did. So, welcome Darren.
Welcome. Hello.
You're welcoming yourself. So let's have a flip through. So, did you get a SNES on day one?
I didn't get a SNES on day one. It was a couple of years into the SNES, I think. I'd been playing the SNES a hell of a lot. But in shops.
Okay. Tell us about the Comet incident.
Oh, I was particularly obsessed with Super Mario World.
You weren't the only one.
No, but I was also very good at it, and I would have a habit of completing it. Everyone would be crowding around, wanting their go, and then I'd complete it, and they couldn't play it again until someone from Comet came along and reset it, which they didn't like doing. So
oh, you got that good at it just from playing it in Comet?
I did.
On the way home from school?
I completed all 96 levels in Comet.
So, what did you get? What release games did you get? Not release games. When you first got your SNES?
When I first got my SNES, what did I have?
You had a good choice after 2 years.
Yeah. I've definitely had Mario World and Mario All Stars.
Weren't you bored of Mario World by then? No,
it was a fantastic game. I'd say it's in my top 10 of all games.
I've seen him complete it in like 15 minutes thereabouts.
Yeah, I've done it in around 11 minutes, which is not a record, but I was unaware there were records at the time.
I can't get off the first level in 11 minutes. Finish the game. So I'm just thumbing through. I'm not really rude. I'm thumbing through looking for inspiration here. Here's another favourite of yours.
F-Zero is one of the ones I had when I started. Going back to what you were asking a minute ago, I started off with F-Zero, Super Mario World, I think Street Fighter 2 Turbo was the one I had.
That was a good home version.
That was a brilliant
Probably
home
the
version.
best home version if you don't count Neo Geo.
No,
it wasn't on the Neo
no, it's
Geo.
not on Neo Geo.
That Capcom system that never saw it.
Yeah. I will say something about the Street Fighter console version. It was the best port, but I still didn't like it anywhere near as much as the arcades. It doesn't matter how good it was on the SNES, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed when I first saw it, and I was expecting it to be arcade quality, as they were saying it was. And the sprites were tiny. I was like, that's just not arcade. But, ignoring that fact, it was a fantastic game.
So we've got F-Zero. Look what's over the page. Try to contain yourself. And it's got a special fold out.
Mario.
Mr. Mario World. There we go. How about that? Final Fight.
Final Fight was also a good one. I had that one.
No problem with the sizes of the sprite in that one.
Exactly. If Final Fight could do it, what can Street Fighter?
Here's the game that I always fall back on when I'm feeling ill. If I've got a flu cold, I haven't got the reactions, I go for
Pilot Wings.
Yeah, it's a game of deft skill rather than reaction.
Yes.
And you can learn how to be a good player rather than just have to get in and just rely on
Took him a lot of learning.
I've had a lot of colds, especially this year. Jeez. No, I never got into Zelda, did you?
No, to be fair, Zelda's one of the games I want to. Everyone's talking, like, some of the newer Zelda games, people have buying the consoles just for that.
I got into the
But
Wind Waker, but I don't think I've. No, I haven't. I haven't finished a single.
No, I haven't.
Singles early. I just don't have that sort of time.
No,
I wish I did.
I've not really been into that many RPGs in the past until really I played Final Fantasy VII, and I have loved the Final Fantasy series. But
You didn't play Final Fantasies on the on
No.
the SNES?
and unfortunately, I can't bring myself to go back and play that kind of game.
Yeah.
That's a lot of.
Some games don't age as well. I know some people are going to think, oh, they were more pure back in the 16-bit, and they're probably right, but
Yeah,
what's right for one ain't right for others.
I wasn't playing it back then, and I don't fancy going back to play it now. I'll go back and play 8-bit games. Christ, if there were 4-bit games, I'd play those.
On your calculator.
Yeah.
Now here's a good arcade conversion.
What was that? Super Smash TV.
Yeah, now that is a great game. Sorry, I'll keep reversing.
Yeah.
We're left and right.
Not used to this.
Messed up, but Smash TV, that was brilliant on the SNES.
That was
The
brilliant.
amount of sprites. Alright, the baddies weren't that intelligent, but
No,
they
no.
lacked intelligence. They made up for in numbers.
Yeah,
For
definitely.
sure.
Turrican was actually a pretty good game on this. Was it Super Turrican 2, I think
I
it
don't
was?
think I ever played Turrican.
Yeah.
If it was on the Amiga's always going to be my go-to version.
Yeah, and again, Commodore 64 for me on that game, but I will say the SNES version was pretty good. I did enjoy that.
So here's another game that was arguably better on the Amiga, but Amiga was out of reach for a lot of people, and by the time the SNES came out, it was getting a bit long in the tooth, wasn't it?
Yeah, Desert Strike.
Desert Strike.
One of the other things I really liked about the SNES was that, I've forgotten what they call it. The
Mode 7.
Yeah, the Mode 7.
Now that did give it an edge over the
It
Mega
definitely
Drive.
did. I really liked it. You could clearly see the advantage with things like F-Zero, and even in the simple matters like Bowser in Mario World, for example, where he zooms in and out of the screen like that. It's
Yeah.
just, back then, it was just phenomenal.
They did learn how to do some things pretty clever on the Mega Drive
Yes.
towards the end of its life, but the SNES was doing it.
From start, from day one, right from
Yeah,
day
from
one.
F-Zero.
Yeah.
Mario World.
Year zero, F-Zero.
From F-Zero to Day Zero. Mario Paint. Did you ever get into the music? I love on YouTube. I just look and see people are still using Mario Paint to to make tunes.
Oh dear.
And sometimes I think, I wonder if there's a Mario Paint version of this track, and there always is. And it's always well impressive. I suppose people have had a lot of years to practice.
Yeah. No, I never really got into that though, unfortunately.
Oh, it's a game I loved this in the arcade.
What was that one?
Peridius.
Oh yeah, that was also good.
That's crazy as a box of frogs. I mean, look at the baddie that's on this page. It's a mangy-looking cat with a pirate ship for a body, with parrots or penguins skewered on its mast. It's
Fantastic.
You don't get bosses
No.
like that every day.
I'm trying to think what other really good games there were.
Well, this is what the book's good for.
It is. It's
This
definitely
book-
a memory trip down memory lane on this.
Yeah,
one.
every page is a memory, whether it is a favourite game of yours or not. Or sometimes you can just discover new ones. Double Dragon.
Mhm.
It wasn't Battletoads versus Double Dragon on the SNES. Well, that was.
I don't know that one, unfortunately.
How have we not spoken about? Here's Street Fighter.
Yeah.
So you think the sprites were too small?
When you compare it with the arcade, which
It's
I
got a
played
fold
on,
out. It's a special game. It's got a fold out in Sam's book.
yeah, I played it on the arcade a lot, so I knew what I was comparing it with.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say they were disappointed.
Pang. I played Pang a lot.
Okay, I know that is one game. It doesn't matter what system you play it on.
It's-
Naturally, I played it on Amiga first, but I've bought every version I could come up with on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
I just love Pang.
Yeah, Pang was fantastic. I played that in the arcade for the first time, and I was hooked. I spent a load of money on that whilst I was on holiday. And then came back and bought it, spent more money on it.
Well, now here's a game that I'm going to be perhaps a bit controversial about. The Super Star Wars series. Not a fan. Love Star Wars. Disappointed by these.
Really?
Yeah. They haven't got the spirit of the film, for one thing.
Yeah.
Like, show me there's just stuff coming out of the woodwork, left, right, and centre. You just got a blast, and you can hardly make progress because the stuff's attacking you from below, above, left, right. And when you do actually get to pilot a ship, it's kind of like a pig on stilts. It doesn't really fly. It uses mode 7. That's about, yeah, the Star Wars trilogy on the SNES didn't really do it for me, and I keep going back to it, trying to like it. I can't completely hate something that's got artwork like this, but yeah, it is what it is. A big fat disappointment.
Adam's Family. I played that a lot. I enjoyed that.
I know you did. I never understood. There it is.
Yeah.
Gomez. Do-do-do-do.
That was Ocean, wasn't it? I can't remember.
All movie licenses were Ocean back in the 90s.
Yeah, back in then, but I don't know about on the SNES. I can't remember.
Turtles.
Turtles, yeah, and The Simpsons.
Turtles in Time.
What's the Simpsons game? Krusty's. Oh, Krusty's something like that. Funhouse.
It was back here somewhere. It is featured in the book. Worry ye not.
Star Fox. Is it Star Fox? Star Wing?
Star Wing in
Star
this country,
Wing,
Star Fox elsewhere, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I don't believe we forgot that one.
I was going to say earlier on, I can't believe I haven't mentioned it yet, and then I forgot to mention it again. It needs no introduction. If you had a SNES, you've definitely played this.
Even if you haven't had a SNES, you've probably played it.
Yeah, in one version or another. You had the Rainbow Road there, there's it's just designed to destroy your soul.
That was a brilliant game. Just hours of fun on that game.
It took me a while to get into it because I felt, when I was driving, I felt like I was steering the road, not the car.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You prefer the other sort of view. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Like there was something about it that made me think I'm not controlling the car. I'm just moving the road underneath the car.
Yeah.
But once you get over that, I think it's okay. It's not more than okay.
There's a lot of games like that feel like that in essence.
Yeah.
I remember playing a fantastic game on the Mega Drive, on the Master System, in fact. RC Racing, something like that. And it felt exactly like that, but it's still fun to play. But Mario World, Mario Kart.
There's a friendship tester.
Yes, definitely.
See, how did a game that was spawned just from a pun come on so far?
Which one
James
was that?
Pond.
Oh yeah.
James Pond 2, RoboCod. Actually, Super James Pond 2 in this.
I never really understood why they did that. There were so many games on the SNES that they were on other consoles, like James Pond.
They call it Super.
And they added the word Super to just about every port.
Well, what makes it annoying now, if you're playing it on emulators, you're like trying to find, I want to play James Pond. So you scroll down to J, where is it?
Yeah, it's not
there. It's under S for Super, same as everything else.
Yes. She's trying to go through another A to Z.
Yeah.
The Super A to Z.
Oh, another good arcade conversion.
Oh, R-Type. R-Type 3.
No, Super R-Type.
Yeah, of course. Because that's what it would be. It's a port. I think it might have even been Super Turrican too.
Oh no, here's a good one. Nice Christmassy game as well. Batman Returns. Now for a film license, that's a pretty decent side-scroller.
I remember
Side-scroller beat 'em up.
I remember it being a pretty good game. I never really played it that much.
It's really decent. It's made better than the film. Didn't like the film.
Ooh, that's controversial. Bomberman. Or Super Bomberman.
How often have we played that in this very room?
Lots, yes.
There's been plenty of expletives, but you always know it's your fault.
Yeah, oh damn.
More often than not.
I never got killed by somebody, I got killed by my own hand.
Kill yourself. Here's a weird one. Have you played this? Evo, The Search for Eden.
I've heard of it, I've never
I've played it quite a lot. And I don't know why, there's something about it, there's an atmosphere about it I quite like. It's only like a side-scrolling shooter, it's quite a slow-paced one. But there's just the music and the pace of it just sets an atmosphere that It's different, and I like it.
Is it atmospheric music?
Yeah, but it matches.
That might be it.
It matches the game, and yeah, it's just it's a unique take on a side-scrolling shooter. There's plenty of side-scrolling shooters.
So this book's got artwork and everything in it, yeah?
Yeah, well, it's got some cover art in it.
Yeah,
Mostly
sorry,
it's cropped and styled. Oh, here we go. There's The Simpsons.
There's The Simpsons.
It's not all artwork. There's plenty of decent big articles from some proper players back in the day.
Oh, look at that, F-Zero.
It's not the same about the music.
It isn't, no. Should we turn the music up for a second?
This is the track I want to hear as well.
Listen to that.
How does that make you feel hearing that music?
Makes me want to play the game. Why am I sat here?
We can in a minute. Don't be rude. So, Star Fox. Well, so we'll just have a quick flick through. There's Turrican.
Yeah, there was. I've forgotten what it's called.
Donkey Kong Country.
Donkey Kong Country.
All these classic Street Fighter 2, the new challengers.
Yeah.
Oh, there's that. The first game to use the FX Super FX chip, wasn't it? Stunt Race FX. First, like polygon graphics and proper 3D stuff. It was ahead of its time in a lot of ways.
Yeah, well, definitely. It's certainly. I had the Mega Drive for a while. It was a good machine, and it came out long before the SNES, if I recall. I'd been playing the Mega Drive for quite a few years before the SNES actually came out, and the SNES was just another 16-bit machine, but you look at what was available for it, and it's just a far superior machine.
Yeah, I think the SNES definitely stood the test of time better.
Kind of like comparing the Commodore 64 with the Spectrum.
Don't go there. Don't go there. Not just here. You're a guest here, remember. Plus, you're going to start a riot out on Twitter.
You know.
It doesn't take much to ignite that argument. So, there we go. That's a really brief look. We haven't even touched on, 5-10% of the games in the book.
No.
If you haven't got it, why haven't you got it? If you haven't got the whole section, I think there's this Sinclair Spectrum, Commodore 64. There's 2 volumes of that. There's the
Is there an
Amiga one, and I'm probably forgetting one. Sorry about that, Sam. But it's an excellent series. They're all really well presented, and they just look really neat on your shelf. And this is the only reference book you need for each system. They're so comprehensive.
I don't read much, but I've read these.
He can't read. There's lots of nice pictures for him though, so it's good. so do yourself a favour, go to Bitmap Books, check them out, hardback, paperback, have a look at Games You Loved on Twitter, on Facebook, and you can follow me, Clammy Lizard. What's your handle?
DJ DK.
There you go, if you want to... You're into hardcore. I think that's hardcore rave, not... Goodbye.